In this video, we are going to talk about the part 2 of the 5 big mistakes to avoid during your N-400 interview. Visit us at Swat&Vee channel with your questions to see how best we can help you out with your process. Please don't forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel. 6. Behaving inappropriately. The way you behave before and especially during your naturalization interview may contribute to meeting the good moral character requirements. If the immigration officer says that part of your application is incomplete, don't get mad or start making arguments with the immigration officer interviewing you. Instead, you may politely ask the officer for an explanation or clarification, such as what makes your application incomplete. Maybe you will be only required to provide supporting documents which you have brought with you to solve that problem, and also constantly interrupting the immigration officer during your naturalization interview is considered rude. So if you want to speak, wait for the officer to finish his talk. Usually there is a time when the officer will ask you if you have any questions or if you want to say something. So just patiently wait and answer questions politely as they come. If the officer asks you personal questions which you think are unimportant or questions that you may have difficulty in understanding, don't lose your patience by answering with sarcasm. Remember, some questions may seem unimportant to you, but the immigration officers are professionals in their field and are well trained enough to only ask questions that are relevant to each applicant and are also within the limits of what is allowed by the USCIS policy. Therefore, it is very important that every applicant should maintain respect to the immigration officers, including the staff at the USCIS office. 7. Guessing the answers. If English is not your first language, you try to guess a yes or no to a question which you couldn't understand, then it's more likely to put you in trouble. Because if your answer turns out to be false, the immigration officer may think that you are lying and will start to examine your case further, or worse, may even decide to deny your application for naturalization. So if the officer asks you questions and you don't know the answer, it's better to honestly say that you don't know the answer. The same thing goes if you don't understand a question. You can tell the officer that you have difficulty in understanding the question. Simply ask the officer to repeat the question or request the officer to explain it to you. 8. Dressing inappropriately. Since this is a very important meeting, you must avoid wearing anything that's inappropriate for the occasion, such as jeans, shorts, sweatpants, tank top, flip-flops, and colorful shirt with printed political slogans or offensive graphics. Dressing in this manner could bring a negative impression on your appearance and demeanor. An appropriate attire means a comfortable but presentable outfit, such as a business casual look, just like you're going to a job interview for an office position. You will never know if your naturalization interview turns out to be successful. They might schedule your oath taking ceremony on the same day, so it's best to wear something that's already appropriate for such a special occasion. Remember, the naturalization ceremony is a solemn event, so you should dress in a way that respects the dignity of the oath alliance ceremony. 9. Failing to study and practice for the English and civics test. One of the most common reasons for naturalization applicants being denied is their failure to pass the English and civics test. For many applicants, these tests are among the most difficult parts of their naturalization experience, since passing the test is one of the important requirements for naturalization. The immigration officer will only ask you 10 out of the 100 civic questions, and you must answer 6 out of the 10 questions correctly to pass the civic test. Remember, the officer will accept an incorrect answer. So if you fail any portion of the English or civic test during your first interview, you will be scheduled to go back for another interview and be tested again on the portion of the test where you failed. However, it may take around 60 to 90 days from the date of your first interview. If you fail to pass the test the second time, the officer will deny your application based on your failure to meet the educational requirements for your naturalization. So to avoid this, you must begin studying thoroughly right after submitting your N-400 application, so that you will be well prepared once the USCIS send a notice of your interview appointment. 10. Failing to prepare for possible questions. One of the most common mistakes that immigration applicants make is failing to prepare answers for possible questions. To avoid this big mistake, you should know what type of questions to expect during your interview. Remember, you don't need to give long and detailed answers. Just try to keep your answers short but to the point. And don't even talk about things which are not being asked. You will only need to speak when you are asked for an answer. I hope you guys found this video extremely helpful. If you know anybody that could benefit from this information, definitely make sure to share this video with them. We are all about empowering you with knowledge. So the more people that can benefit from this video, the more people we want watching this video. If you like this video, please make sure to hit that thumbs icon. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe and hit on the notification bell for more immigration updates. Bye!